Okay, that was fun. Not really. Sorry I'm late, guys. I couldn't get my webcam to bloody work. So, anyways, we're ready now. If we can just get a drop here, I don't think this is ready to go down. A bit late on that one. I think I was too late on that one. Yeah, not happy with that. Missed the 15. Oh, that Russell was nice, gee. 36 points straight away too. Well, at least the fill was a little bit better. Actually, I got a fill of $60 on the sim and a better fill on the actual other trade. So okay, this is dropping. This is just, I don't see this going down for a bit. I think this is going to turn around. So if we can really give this a go, we're coming up to a pretty significant level now. That's the level there. Yeah, be very careful going short here. Okay, so this is a good sign on the Nasdaq. It's right near this level. It's just starting to do some small bars on a really lower time frame. So oh, this whole camera thing really stressed me out. It took me 10 minutes to get a camera, so. took a PPT, Sash, because I got in late. I should have taken the 15-second. I got in late on the 30-second, and I knew it was volatile beforehand, so it was always going to be a PPT. It certainly wasn't that I wasn't confident. I knew that it was already a PPT trade if I was going to take it. I did my analysis before the market opened, so I knew exactly where everything was. So there's no chance of this being a significant run because of especially how the cash looked before the market opened. So also you're trading an Eval at the moment, so most of the trades are going to be PPTs anyway. You've got drawdown, you've got extra things that are involved because there's Eval. It's not a normal trading situation. So you get into a trade and it goes up and then it comes down. Well, the trailing drawdown gets involved. So you want to get out. When you get into the trade, you want to get out as close to the top of the movement as possible, so trailing drawdown isn't affected. So most of my trades, that was a little bit early because I got in too late, and as soon as I realised that, I went, great, took a PPT at the high of the PPT, so my trailing drawdown barely moved. I don't think it has. It's still 2498 from closed. So Dow 30-second, Carolyn. So it's like if I was trading my normal account, if I was just trading my normal account, there would be a lot of trades that I'd take because I'm happy to sit in it and let it move. I don't care if it goes up and down. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my trailing drawdown. And this is why, when you're trading a funded account, specifically with Apex, and this is why they do it, there's an art to it. You've really got to make sure that you take PPTs at the start, build your account up, get out of the trailing drawdown, and then once you're well in profit, like you get your account $5,000 up, you don't need to worry about trailing drawdown. And they do this because most people let profits turn into a loss. It's a very smart rule to mess people up. But this is why I think my strategy works the best with it, because it usually trailing drawdown does not get involved. So what it looks like here is I have the wrong screen up here. I'm not going to... this is going to be a little bit weird. No, where's Cam? There's no Cam there. That's good. Yeah, exactly the same, Carolyn. Well done. I think the Russell was better. I was just, honestly, you probably didn't see, but we started the webinar with 1 minute to go. I'm always ready 10 minutes beforehand. And I had a problem with my camera today. We finished the webinar 15 minutes late. It's really hurt me. We've really got to make sure we're on that. But yeah, I couldn't get my camera to work, so I had to come up with a quick solution, which I did, and yeah, and then I was just rattled. I was like trying to figure everything out on the screen, and so anyway, this is where we are now. We've just done this move. Look at this. I mean, it's in a downtrend. It's a lower high. This is slow up. We're never ever going to go long here. There's the 5. Oh, I just can't see. That's that's during the webinar, I think. There's just no trade throughout there. That is not trend time bar. That's not trend time bar, so that's all that there. Definitely the best trade was, oh, what does that look like? Shit. That's the old contract, isn't it? Yeah, it's the old contract. I've got to change these contracts over. I'm going to change that contract. So we'll be on the new one now. Well, we've got this move down here. Let me just add. QM2026. Okay, now we have to get rid of these. These are the old contracts. Goodbye, 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 and goodbye. Well, that's not right, is it? I usually don't take PPTs, to be honest. I just eyeball it based on the bar. I'm only taking, I very rarely take, well, in normal situations, I don't take PPTs because I choose trades that trend. So because this is a different situation with the drawdown, I just see the move, I see the bar, I compare it to the entry bar. A PPT is compared to the entry bar. And once it goes in profit, I just exit. I don't muck around with setting targets and stuff like that. If it's a good trade, it'll usually do the PPT within 30 seconds or so. As you saw with that one there, I got in on the 32nd. The very next bar went sideways. So I went sideways in the 15 seconds. So I was like, oh, this is holding a little bit. So it took 30 seconds for the trade. Now you can see we're trying to move up at the moment. But it's not clean. It's really volatile. Okay, so let's look at this from a large perspective here. That's exactly right, Tyson. It's amazing how often, well, you'd probably be pretty scared if you figured out how often it actually does work like that too. So anyway, back to here. So this is where we are. This is this is the Nasdaq. So there we go. This is proper data. Now this is working. Okay, so you can see 4 hour, not hard. Short lower highs. Long term is down. That's a lower high. We've got 7 minutes to go to the close of the 4 hour. If this closes around about here, which is a strong close, very likely we'll come back down to this level down here. Hourly, again, 7 minutes to go to the close of the hourly. Closes here. It's a strong bar on the downside. This is the thing that's just the only thing that's making me think that there could be a possibility of it actually not closing strong and coming back. This is a pretty good 5 minute bar to come back, but if you actually look at the lower time frames, the bars are actually really small, so it's not a massively strong bar to the upside. Really small bars, so this could come back down again pretty quick, I think. So that's it there. All the other markets are the same. S&P's done the same thing. See, long-term momentum is still up there. That looks very heavy, and that looks pretty heavy too. So I think down is still the go. I can't believe how easy that trade was in the open. My God. This is the great thing about this job. You can literally trade 15 minutes a day, which I probably would have done if I had taken those trades properly. Anyway, we've moved along. 500 bucks in. A little bit to go, but that'll be fine. It's a little bit slow, but we've had a trade every day, which is pretty good. Just got to concentrate. You've got to concentrate on the positive in this game. And I just said this. Said we're going to come back down. Small bars. Okay, so this is a good sign for the 4 hour. We've got 5 minutes to go to the close of the hour. And we're coming back down. So that's going to be a really negative close. Oh, I think this is going to turn up from here. This is a really important point here. 4 minutes to go on the close. This is going to really determine that 5 minute bar. I think they're going to want this to come up. There you go. They're putting their foot down now. So okay, 57 seconds to go. Not a surprise, not really a surprise that it's come back from here. Like long-term momentum was straight up, so it's gone all the way down. And yeah, still can consolidate throughout here, but they've really put in that bar there. So the next hour is going to be very important. So we've got this bar closing now. Let's see how it closes. Okay, it's not too bad. I still think the next thing is a short. I'm not convinced about going long throughout here. This looks heavy. Point bar, just like that. Again, Jesus. I don't know why I turned that off. Do you know why I turned it off? Because it's like that other fuckhead the other day said, oh, we can hear you breathing. And now I'm conscious about breathing in the microphone. Isn't it funny how people are shit? Well, I went short for a PPT for 10 points. I'm happy with that. Look, as long as it met the rules, as long as it met your rules, then great. But don't really feel like trading today. Cam, what do you do if you don't feel like trading? Just sit out for the day, or do you still show up and put in your hours regardless? I can't answer that question, because there has never ever been a day that I don't feel like trading. I've taken one day off from trading in the past. God, I had one night off, and that was because my cat died, and that was, what, 2 years ago. Apart from that, it's like saying, I don't know, do you ever feel like not having sex? I don't know, do you ever not feel like eating? I love this job so much. I just don't take time off, and I don't want to take time off. I love it. If you don't want to be here, if you don't feel like it, then just don't trade. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm in a very fortunate position where I can, I don't trade for money. I trade because I really enjoy it. And a lot of people have stuff going on in their lives, and you've got stuff going on, and then you've had a bad day, there's stuff that's gone on at work, you've had a fight with your partner, all that sort of stuff. Then without a doubt, don't trade. It's not the biggest thing in the world to not do it. The great thing about this job is you do it because you want to. If I traded on Sim for the rest of my life and made no money, I'd still do this. Like, I'm pretty lucky, I've got money, so it's a little bit different, but I love the chart. Like, I'm looking at this now and I'm like, I have seen all these patterns work, and I'm like, that worked. I knew that was going to work. I knew this was going to work. I was just going to go short on the Dow. I couldn't figure out where to go short on the Dow. It just looked like it was going to go down. So I get a lot of happiness and fulfillment and pleasure out of trading. I just love it. Excellent, not a problem. That's an artist. That is life. If you are really tired and not there mentally, do not try. You will make a mistake, and then you'll be so pissed off with yourself. You're like, why did I trade today? I was tired. I just wasn't there. And like, being a good trader is being able to say to yourself, do you know what? Today I shouldn't trade. I have had days where I should not trade, and I still do it. I have done the lives. There has been many times that I should say, guys, I'm not going to do YouTube tonight. I'm not in the right mental position to do it. And I've gone, fuck it. I've committed to doing this. I have to do it. There have been many times that I haven't felt like doing the market wrap. Still did it. There's been lots of times that I felt like turning off the feed after missing a trade. Like, you miss a trade in the first 15 minutes, you still keep doing the rest of the feed for 2 hours. I have felt like turning off the feed most of the time. Like, I took a trade on the Dow today. I'm happy. I've made some money, but I'm pissed off that we didn't finish the webinar in time, and therefore I wasn't prepared properly, and therefore then we had a problem with my camera, and that's led on to a mistake of costing me money. It's probably cost me, that was a really, like, that Dow trade and that Russell trade, like that Russell, I mean, you look at, well, that's it there, it's on the, but it was a lot earlier than that. It's probably cost me $500 on the account, which is, what is it, 10 grand, I think it would have been. 500 times 20 accounts. So, yeah, sometimes you just feel like doing it, but if you are mentally tired, Good on you for actually recognizing that. You know, part of being a professional trader and just a responsible trader is saying, do you know what? I'm not in the right mentality to trade today. It's a very mature decision to say, no, I'm not going. I'm a professional. I'm not ready to do it. The other way I'd say it, artist, is I'd say, let's pretend that you're flying the space shuttle, and today's the day that you're flying the space shuttle, and you wake up and you feel like shit, and you're just like, I'm so tired. I don't feel like doing this today. Would you tell anyone? Or would you just go, no, I'm just going to suck it up and fly the space shuttle? There's just no, you know. It's not the equipment, artist, it's me. I have to take responsibility for that. It's my responsibility. Been doing this for long enough now. Anyways, 3 days, 3 trades, 3 wins, 0 losses. Better than nothing. Just put it. I'm just going to be grateful, and I'm just going to keep going. There will be something that comes up. And it only takes one really good trade. Eval has passed. What I am very happy with is that I need to do this when I get to the fully funded account. I need to do this exact same thing here. Get $500 up on the account, and then yeah, it just makes such a big difference. Yeah, when you're not there mentally, that's when you make mistakes, and when you make mistakes mentally, they really hurt, because you're like, oh, why did I do that? I knew I wasn't in a good position. It's the same thing about, you can be in a really good mental state, but you're trading for money. So, you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to try and make this amount of money today. No, bad idea. Bad idea. For me, if I take a PPT on every single trade for the rest of my life, I am absolutely stoked. Because I know I'm going to have a really high win-loss ratio, and I know that most of my trades are going to be wins, and I'm going to be have very, very little stress. Yep, that's exactly right. There's always going to be plenty of opportunities, artists. So if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. PPT stands for point profit target. So it's just something that I use with new students, and when you start off, you get into a trade and you have a small target. So a small win target. So therefore you get a high win-loss ratio, and you have high confidence because you have a high win ratio, which gives you great psychology. And then as you get the great psychology, you can start to let trades run. But a PPT is very specific to my strategy and how I teach. It's not really you can't use a PPT on, kind of other strategies, I think. Oh, is the Dow going to drop here? It looks heavy as well. I think the Dow's about to drop. And right again. So definitely just a PPT on that. Still got short term. Short term angle is still up. I have to say, one of the best things that's happened, and it's obviously taken a lot of pressure off, is failing that account. You go into this going, oh, I don't want to fail, I don't want to fail, I don't want to fail. And when you do it, you're like, okay, I'm still alive, it's not the end of the world. And again, we're not really setting the world on fire at the moment, but 3 trades, 3 days, 3 wins. We just need to be patient. We'll get something decent soon. This downtrend is so strong at the moment. I'm certainly not going long here. So this is going to try. We just have to remember right now trend is straight down. There's 50%. That is 50% of that level, and it also coincides with the level there. So that's 50% of the 15-minute bar. So if we can come up to this level here on the Nasdaq, which is this level here, so that's the level I'm looking at there. And if we do the same thing on S&P is already pretty close to that. That's a really important level there. Look at that, hey? Just as I was drawing all that crap in. Damn it. God, it just takes 2 seconds of not concentrating, doesn't it? I just was just drawing in that line on the chart, and you just cannot take your eyes off. So just missed a trade on the 15-second there. On the Nasdaq and the S&P. Yep, that's what I'm saying. But it takes. And this is what I was saying before. This job is very easy and unbelievably hard. It's like flying the space shuttle. It's probably like, look, I'm sure the space shuttle is hard to fly, but also everything's done for you. It's pretty probably pretty simple to fly the space shuttle. I'm not saying I could do it. I'm saying that there's probably a lot of stuff that's done that is automatically done, but you need unbelievable focus for that whole period. Yeah, this is not as clean. This one. This is the second. This is the second time that it's happened, so it doesn't look the same. I actually think we're possibly building here. Okay, if we can just get a quick move down here, I think they're going to break through this low and they're going to suck people in to go short. So here's my hit prediction. Breaking the low, quick move down, probably 20 points. And then, come on 5 minute bar. We've got a minute 32 to go. If we can just get this 5 minute bar to close down to, we need it to close down to here. And then, oh yeah, come on. Okay, 1 minute to go, let's go. Come on, push it down. Push, push, push. Push it. Here we go. Beautiful. Come on, keep going, not yet. 24 seconds to go. Needs a quick push down to that low. It'll suck people in. People will go short on this. Same on the S&P, same on here. Beautiful, keep going, come on. Okay, let's see what this does. Should do a quick move down maybe. Do another bar down. Good, keep going, come on. Dow's going to do the same thing. That's an even better one. Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, it's worked. It's done a 56 point bar too. We're right on this. God, this has to come back. Just breaking through that level there. Come on, come back down. Come back down to that low there. Okay, it's a really good, that's a great 2 minute close. If I could just come down again, test that level. Well, this is a great example of why I love what I do because, you know, I was like, I think it's going to do this. Doesn't really matter what I think. It needs to meet rule. Like it needs to meet something. I'm waiting for some small bars to go sideways and a really strong bar to the upside. And that's not happening, so it doesn't really matter what I think. I think based on the pattern, especially on that 5 minute, I would expect this to turn back around fairly soon. We've just done another 5 minute close. But certainly not going short, but certainly not going long either. That's the bar. And that's the first bar, but it's just not good enough. This could work. So we're definitely slowing. Oh, there you go. We're going to keep going here. No, I haven't missed any shorts. There's no shorts. Not based on what I do. Very interesting. Well, we could have done a 5-minute webinar today. We could have just taken that early one on the Russell and the Dow and wrapped up for the day. Don't want to do anything silly here. It's very easy to do something silly here and go long, try and pick the bottom. This is not great. Okay. Well, it ended up working that short. Not the trade for me. Definitely not. Yep, okay, so would have been stopped out of that, so that's come back. so that's come back down. So I still think we're just going to build a base here. Done a lot of price to the downside, so the Nasdaq did not meet my rules. No, if it met my rules, I would have taken it. It's already well into the move. It's not the first part of the move. My chat's disappeared. Where's the chat gone? We are hammering. It's just going to keep going here. I mean, if we look at this, I mean, there's that other trade there. There's just no way. There's no way you're going to take that there. Why would you take that? Well, it's so far into the move. So much price already. That's such a dangerous trade to take. There's nothing else to take. There's no other short there. But this is where we are now. We've done a lot of price here. Boy, oh boy, there's some panic here. You'd think we're going to turn around here pretty quickly. There is no difference between an eval and a funded account. There's no difference, and I don't need to be aggressive, and I won't be aggressive. I'll stick to my rules. Doesn't meet rules. What's this whole thing of being aggressive? What, being aggressive is not sticking to rules? That's just retarded. Like, not sticking to rules is stupid. There is literally nothing there, and then you take this and you blow the account, and you go, oh, why was I so fucking aggressive? No way. There's no way in the world you're going to think that. No. when I said I was going to be aggressive last night, I meant increase the number of contracts. I was going to trade 5 contracts. Certainly not taking trades that didn't meet the rules. I was just going to take 5 contracts instead of trading 1. So, but yep, just going to keep plugging away. It's only Wednesday. I'll get a good trade soon. Stay in. Probably pass it by the end of the week, and then we'll get on the fully funded account next week, and then get 2.5 to 5 grand up, and then we will be fine. Where's my window gone? So still drifting. Oh, Kinetic, you just, seriously, why do you, I don't know why you want to keep doing this. You can say your things, but if you start bagging other people, I'm just going to block you. So shut the fuck up, do your own thing, watch. This is your first warning. I'm going to give you one warning, and then that's it, okay? You're not a big kid. You're watching someone on YouTube and critiquing. So I'm going to say this once. Shut the fuck up. Watch, learn, otherwise I'm just going to block you. You've already been blocked on Instagram. I'm giving you one more chance. Shut the fuck up. Comprehende? Do we understand? Why is it people love to give advice on other people? My YouTube, my account, I'll do it how I want to do it. Well, I'm not here to have a chat. I'm here to fucking work. And that's what you should be doing too. This is not a chat. This is not a time to chat. We're not here to chat. We're not here to talk to each other. We're here to fucking shut up and watch and learn. Okay, that's what you're here to do. If you don't get on here and tell people you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Get your own YouTube. You can go tell people what to do. Okay, I'm doing this live. I'm doing this transparent. It's hard enough to do it as it is, without dickheads going on here saying you should be doing this. You should be. Well, you do it. I've been totally transparent, shown every single trade, shown my account details, haven't hidden anything. I'm giving this a red hot go and doing it in front of everybody. You're done for the day. Good. Then go away. Fuck off. You're done for the day, so you thought you'd go on YouTube and give someone that's actually doing something really good give them a hard time while they're at work, flying the space shuttle. Why didn't you take this? Why didn't you take that? What the fuck? What response are you going to get? Like, what do you want? I don't understand people, really. Like, what do you want? You didn't say do anything. Respectfully, you did. Read your comments, dickhead. You got to be aggressive. That's what you wrote. You have to be aggressive. Evals. That's telling someone what to do. Is that not? You're lucky there's nothing happening at the moment. But do you know what? I'm not going to do YouTube like I used to. I'm not here for chats. I'll give you a chance. You can watch. Tell me what to do, and I'm just going to block you. Don't give a fuck. Just don't care. You're the one that's going to miss out. Great. Then you go take them. If you see trades that are in my rules, you go fucking take them. You've literally finished work and you're going to go on YouTube and bag the shit out of somebody. Like, dude, that's broke as fuck. Absolutely broke as fuck. And if you say they meet my rules, I literally just fucking showed you. Like, and how do you even know? You obviously don't know my rules well enough. Because if you knew my rules, you wouldn't have taken the day off early. You'd be just shutting the fuck up and working and going, wow, I'm just going to stick to the rules. Don't tell people what to do. Just watch, support, be positive. And I'm not going to take every fucking trade. I'm going to miss trades. You try doing it live. You try doing it live in front of hundreds of people and, oh, I missed a trade. Really? Jesus. So far, it's been 3 days. I've taken 3 trades and they're all wins. Don't see any positive comments of, hey, you're doing great. What a fucking great effort. After blowing an account to come back, do an eval, take 3 positive trades in front of hundreds of people. Gee, well done. No, instead, you got to be more aggressive. Jesus Christ. Fuck, man. Oh. Anyway, you've been given the warning. I'm obviously too nice. I should just block you anyway. But I want you to see me make $1 million. Do you know, like, and also it's Cam. Stop calling me Cameron. Cam J. Mitchell, Cam. No one calls me Cameron. I usually get Cameron when I'm in trouble. My dad called me Cameron, and I fucking hate my dad. Haven't spoken to him for 30 years. So if you want to be in that category, call me Cameron. Hundreds of theirs, 35. What? I've also got Zoom on as well, ding dong. I'm doing YouTube and I've got my community on at the same time. But anyway. Just called me Cameron again. Fucking hell. Oh, now I know. Now I know you don't listen. I literally just said, don't call me Cameron. And you just fucking straight away. I definitely know you're a guy because you don't fucking listen. I just don't know. I just don't know what you get out of it. I don't know what you get out of coming here and telling me what to do, really. But anyways, I feel bad for you. Do you like Apex's rules? No. I don't like Apex's rules. but I think they're the best prop firm to make the most amount of money from. Their rules are tough, but they're there for a reason. Their rules are tough, so it's not easy to pass. It's not easy to pass an eval. It's not easy to get well into things. So yeah, I don't like their rules, but I certainly respect why they do them. And to be honest, if you can make money with Apex and get a payout, then you definitely know how to trade. Their rules are pretty tough, especially the drawdown at the start. But once you get through the start, like once you get $2,500 in profit on each account, then it's happy days. And they're the only prop firm that I've seen that are doing six-figure payouts. So my goal is to turn these evals into turn these into $1 million. So 20 accounts. And I couldn't do it with any other prop firm. So anyway, this is going to drift up from here. There are lots of other prop firms. I'm not saying don't use other prop firms. There's probably other prop firms that are easier to trade with that don't have intraday trailing, 100%. None of them do 20 accounts. Apex is the only one that does 20 accounts. And all these other prop firms, you will get payouts, but you'll never get a $3 million payout. So I am trading with Apex because my goal is to turn these evals into $1 million, and then turn that $1 million into $3 million and get the highest payout ever with Apex. That's my goal. And it's fucking hard. So and as Tyson's just said there, most other prop firms have a rule of a maximum of 5 accounts. I've spoken to Apex. I've met with their head honchos. They flew out to Dubai to see me. I told them what I was going to do, and they said if I get to $3 million, they will pay me out. As long as I stick to the rules, then I'll get a payout. That's my goal. I want to get the highest payout ever in prop firm history. And I know I can do it. It's going to be very difficult. It's not easy, but I've done it with a live account before, so I'm pretty sure I can do it here. What is the high watermark? The shittiest rule is the high watermark. What does that mean? Can you explain that to me, please, Nick? The shittiest rule is the high watermark. Other than that, most are reasonable and most should props use them before using Apex. You're never going to get $1 million payout through anybody else. Yeah, consistency rule is, that's all. I'm not worrying about the consistency rule. I am seeing, I'm just going to build the account as much as possible. Once I'm $1 million in profit, then that means that any trade can't be any more than $300,000. I won't need to get around it. I'm not even worrying about it. I'm going to build the account up to as much as possible. And you just build the account. I'm not doing payouts. I'm not going to do any payouts until I get to probably $500,000 in profit. And then I'll do 4 payouts of, I think it's $40,000 each. And then after your 4th payout, you can do unlimited. So if you're $500,000 in profit, that means that you can have $150,000 per trade. And it's not going to happen a lot. It'll happen, but I don't know. As I said, I'm new to this. Who knows? I'll do it. I know I'll do it, but hey, I may fuck it all up. Who knows? Apex might not even pay me out. I think they will because I'm doing it live. I'm documenting everything, so. Why am I going to answer that question, Kinetic? Can you please confirm live that Apex flew out to Dubai to see you? Why? Why do you want me to confirm that live? literally just said that. I said some people from Apex flew out to Dubai. I had lunch with them. Yes. And I spoke to them about Apex and all this sort of stuff and blah, blah, blah. And they were really, really nice. Great people. And they're wanting to get more into education, which is where I'm into. Why would they fly out to see you? Because I'm fucking awesome. Because I'm one of the best traders in the world, and I also teach. And I'm one of the best educators in the world, and they want to help people and they want to educate people. And once I pass this and make $1 million, I can then go out and teach people. It's a great opportunity for them, actually. So I've had other prop firms approach me as well, but I want to concentrate on one thing. I've had lots of other people contact me to do things, and I just want to concentrate on doing this, 20 accounts, and turn it into $1 million. Then we'll turn it into 3 and we'll see what happens. High watermark, trailing drawdown. Yeah, the trailing drawdown is, yeah, I know, Babs. I know. Thank you. Yes, and you're right, Tyson. The universe does things for a reason. So, yeah, the trailing drawdown is a pain in the ass. It really is. It does mess with your head. It's something that I have not been used to, and it's something that when you get into a trade and you start thinking about the drawdown, you're like, oh gee, it feels like there's someone creeping up behind you. So yeah, so. I blew my 133 account. I have 2 payouts. Well, you got 2 payouts, so well done. I mean, the fact that you got payouts is great. Well done. Every time when I lose, it's a missed setup or tight stop loss. I trade breakout on the 5-minute and my stop loss is at the low of the swing low. Oh, I can't. Look, I'm not good at reading stuff, and I don't know your strategy, so... Look, I'd say the fact that you've got payouts in the first place is great. You just got to make sure you stick to your strategy. Make sure your strategy works first. I mean, you have to sort of go back and, see if your strategy actually works, and then stick to it. If you're trading, I think you said you trade a breakout on the 5. I mean, well, I'd go back to the 5-minute charts and find out what breakouts work and what breakout don't. That's what trading is. This is how you figure out a strategy. Like, my strategy is trade with the trend after a pullback. So I've just gone over the past 31 years, I have looked at every single trade with the trend after a pullback and have seen what they look like. And the trades that work have something in common, and the trades that don't have something in common. So it's just a visual thing. I have just seen the same patterns over and over and over again. That's what the experience is. And then once you get that experience, you say, okay, well, I've just got to be disciplined and stick to what 5-minute trades work. So, and if your stop loss is too tight, then essentially you're not really believing in the trade, are you? You're kind of like, you're taking the trade, but not, you're worried, so your stop loss is really close, which tells me it's probably not a great trade in the first place. If you're having a tight stop loss, then it may be, yes, but I'm down a lot of money because I also got funded 32 times. Out of these 32 times, I got funded twice and rejected payout once because of the consistency rule. I think probably, look, as I said, this will tell you that I'm not, I love funded accounts and I will promote them and all that sort of stuff. But I think that if you've been funded 32 times, then, and you're blowing these accounts, then you're not ready. Your strategy's not right. There's two things that are happening. It's either your strategy or your discipline. And you probably need to sit down and go onto a sim account, like an actual sim account, and do 10 sim accounts or whatever it is, and practice, but without money. You're saying you've spent a lot of money on these accounts, so you've paid for a lot of accounts. Well, it's kind of like, I don't know, you're obviously getting to the point of getting a payout. But, you said here, you got rejected once because of the consistency rule. So, you know what the consistency rule is, so why did you break it? And that's not trying to be harsh. It's just, look, we know what the rules are with Apex. We know that they have a consistency rule. So, for me, that sounds kind of right. So I'm guessing you got funded 32 times, so that means 32 evals. Out of 32 times, I got funded twice. Okay. Well, I mean, how many accounts are you trading at the one time too? And when you passed to get funded, how did you pass? Did you pass strategically? Like, did you pass in the way, like, what some people do is they go, oh, it's just an eval, and they yeah, thank you. That's exactly that's what I was trying to say. So did you use the evals with your strategy and develop your strategy? Or did you go, oh my God, it's an eval, I'm just going to take 5 contracts and guess and pass? It's not really passing if you do it like that. Like at the moment, this is taking me longer than I would hoped, but I've had 3 days, 3 trades. I'm $500 up on the account. Great, I'll just keep going like that. It might take me a week, it might take me 2 weeks. I'm fearful of the market right now. No, you're not. You're fearful of you. There's nothing wrong with the market. You're fearful of yourself. You're fearful that you haven't been, whether you're able to do it. The market's not scary. As a matter of fact, the market is so predictable and so consistent. It does the same thing over and over. It's very transparent. The problem is that, like, you've got a harsh past. Well, you've got a harsh past because you probably either didn't prove your strategy or you didn't stick to your strategy. Like, we all talk about the Nasdaq. Oh, the Nasdaq, it's really harsh. Not if you trade with the trend. Not if you trade after a pullback. So the advice to overcome this is you need to sit down and like, what is your strategy? And how easy is your strategy? So I can teach my strategy in 5 minutes. It's very easy. So there's a video on YouTube. So again, keep it simple, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's my strategy. Above purple, yes or no. After a pullback, yes or no. Bar and opposite fifths, yes or no. Straight into profit. That's the trade there. So that's my strategy. So I'll go through this now and I'll say, okay, was there anywhere else today where that happened on the Dow? No, it was not. Let's go to the Russell. Okay, well, actually, same thing happened here. Is this above purple? Yes. Is it after a pullback? Yes. Is it a bar on opposite fifths? Yes. Great. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's been nothing else from there. Let's go to the S&P. Okay, This is the open here. I don't see anything anywhere. Okay, that's not after a pullback, so there's nothing there. Go to the Nasdaq. There's a little one there after a pullback, but there's nothing there. So that's it. So I've taken one trade today, and the trade that I took was this one here, above purple, after a pullback, went into profit, took the profit. So the problem, I just explain my strategy in a couple of minutes. Is your strategy that simple? And then you then say, okay, cool. I know my strategy. Do I have the focus and the discipline to stick to it? Go back over your previous trades and look at and say, did I stick to my strategy? Were you emotional? Were you trading for money? Were you trading to pass an eval? Awesome. You don't need to promise me. You don't need to, this is the great thing about trading. Like, do it for yourself, and you can do it. Anyone can do this. My biggest recommendation would be to don't trade against the trend. Always trade after a pullback and get to know your strategy. Like, you shouldn't be scared of the market. The market is not going to hurt you. You are going to hurt you. The only person that's going to hurt you is you. And that's from two things: not understanding your strategy and not sticking to it. I think all the students that I've taught, I think 99% of them understand my strategy really well. The problem is then implementing the strategy, and that's why trading's so tough. Because there are so many extra things that come into trading, like how you feel about yourself, your confidence, your baggage, your previous history, your scars, your confidence, all this sort of stuff. This comes into it. You might have had a shitty upbringing, or you've just gotten out of a shitty relationship where your partner was horrible to you, and then you want to go into trading and be really confident, and it just doesn't happen like that. So you can do it. Just concentrate on yourself and work on those things. Work on your strategy. Make sure your strategy is absolutely down. Cam, where do you look back on historical data? I don't. I don't really look at historical data. I have TradingView, but every Saturday and Sunday, I go through the charts. I don't go back historically. I don't care about history. I care about now. I care about the past couple of weeks. TradingView usually does, I've got a 30-second chart here. So I'll do this every weekend. This is here. So Saturday? Usually you get about a week. I started this back in September. I've failed 5 evals so far. Well, it's a learning experience, but why did you fail? I suppose you have to find out, why did you fail them? Same thing again. I failed the evals. No, you just didn't either have a strategy that worked, or you didn't stick to the strategy. Got to get out of this mentality that you failed the evals. I failed 3 evals, and I did it because I was learning and didn't stick to my rules. That's it. So did I really fail? I think they were learning experiences. I just had 20 fully funded accounts. I made an absolutely, totally dumbass mistake one day where I traded 5 full contracts instead of 1 micro. Total accident. Oh well, learnt the lesson. Won't do that again. Very interesting lesson. So, nothing to be scared about with trading. Anyways, that was fun, YouTube. interesting night. I just, you know what, guys, I've said this before, you know, please take into consideration that doing this, and you can hear this with everybody else, a lot of people fail evals. A lot of people blow their funded accounts. That's one thing. Imagine doing it live in front of lots of people. Like, it's a different level. So, you know, I appreciate everyone's support. I'm trying to help out during the chat whilst looking at the market, but I'd ask that you be respectful and you be kind. And if you're going to make a comment, put yourself in my position and say, well, what would you want someone to say in that position? Would you want to be treated like that? Would you want the same sort of comment? I think it's not really harsh. You know, you think about what's going on in the world at the moment, and we just need more kindness to people. There's no point. There's too much social media stuff now where people write things just to incite some sort of banter or bullshit, or it's just, you know, this job is tough enough as it is. And you really need to be on mentally. And I have no problems this time. I've completely changed since YouTube a couple of years ago, but if I feel that you're being disrespectful, I'll just block you. So that's the warning. Us not passing pinpoint what you're doing. Use not passing to pinpoint what you're doing wrong. A lot of people don't want to have a hard look at themselves. Yeah, it's hard, Nick. Like, you know, you'll go back and you'll go, like, I've done this live, so I can't really get away with it. But, you know, people will say, oh God, the market was so volatile today. Well, then you shouldn't have taken any trades. You know, so how many of you have done sim trading for at least a month before you've done a funded account? Have you tested your strategy? Like, do you know the strategy works? And then have you done it on a sim account to show that it works? Do you have sim results? And then you've got to work on yourself to be able to actually implement the trading. It's, yeah, but you've got to find out, does the strategy work? And then it is a constant, every day working on yourself to implement implement your strategy and have discipline. And it's something, I work on this every day. My day is built around getting ready for the market because it's so hard mentally. But anyways, rightio. Thank you, YouTube. I'm going to end things. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your questions. Please like and subscribe as usual. We are up at the moment, so I'm talking about it. Awesome. Thank you. You've done your research on me. Well, look at this. I'm pretty exposed. All my charts are up. All my I'm not hiding account details. I'm not cycling accounts. You're going to see this live. This is what I want to do. I'm being 100% transparent, and you're seeing this all live. So thank you for watching, guys. Have a great night. Thank you, Tyson. Have a great night, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.